Hello and welcome everybody to Feel Stronger, Look Younger with the Reset Journey. My name is Jennifer Owen. I am a certified fitness trainer, Pilates instructor, nutrition coach, and international marketing director with the Juice Plus company. I'm very excited about sharing this talk with you all tonight. Whether you're watching the recording or whether you're here live, I hope you've got a pen and paper in hand so that you can take some notes. Let me just start off by sharing that, real prevention is really about building health at a cellular level in our daily choices. And this is what Reset is really about. It's an invitation for you to enhance and protect your quality of life through those little habits. A little bit about me. I love to help people get healthier. This is my family here. My daughters, Avery and Claire, and my husband, Charlie. And both my daughters are Juice Plus babies. So we've been eating Juice Plus for over 25 years next month. My daughters are not even that age, but because, I started eating Juice Plus before they were even born, they've enjoyed the benefits. So my journey began when I transitioned to the health industry after working a government job for about 10 years. And I thrive in a learning environment, really because, I enjoy the deeper purpose as a personal trainer of helping people, working one-on-one with them and, really helping people have breakthroughs. So this was where I learned about Juice Plus through a diabetic 17-year-old athletic client of mine. And I was also where I chose to partner with the Juice Plus company because, again, it offered me that bigger platform to help even more people. My style is really helping people to find uh, optimal health through their various chapters, teaching the fun and simplicity of fitness and eating well. My approach is it's balanced fitness plus evidence-based nutrition plus lifestyle strategies. And really, all of this is so well integrated by our Reset Journey as a proven framework for optimal health because, again, it's research-backed, it's science-backed. And so my belief boils down to just being able to provide clear, practical, and effective support and guidance so that lasting transformations can feel achievable and sustainable for people. This is very, very important to me. So let's dive into building health into everyday living because the truth is that plants contain anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds that combat oxidative stress, which is a major driver of aging. At least 3 times a day, we all have the opportunity to invest in our health by the foods we choose to eat, but the struggle is real. So again, we get to help people bridge that gap between what they should be eating and what they actually eat. And, there's lots of reasons why people don't. Time, cost, availability, taste, and quality. I'm in Barrie, Ontario. The food choice that I have right now in the grocery stores isn't that great. So even if I wanted to, have a greater variety in my diet, I just don't have the choice available to me. And it's not all that great quality, which is not a very inviting or tasty way for me to enjoy my food. And I like to enjoy good, healthy, clean, fresh food. The other way that we get to help people through our lifestyle program is inspiring people of all ages to really incorporate daily movement in their day to day. And again, looking at that longevity and quality of life piece. I love to remind people that you don't need to run a marathon for quality workouts, and that really just 1 minute of intense movement a day can significantly lower your risk for chronic disease. Not that I just want you to do 1 minute, but I'm just making a point here. Like that's just move. And the truth is if you're moving for 1 minute, if you're like, I'm just going to do this for 1 minute, you're probably going to want to continue that because it's going to start to feel good. Your endorphins are going to start flowing and you'll be like, okay, cool. It's like turning your happy switch on. The truth is that aging is inevitable. Modern science is amazing for helping us to live longer. So logically, making healthy choices today allows us to not just enjoy a long, healthy life, but really a quality, able-bodied life full of experiences that we can reflect on. After all, isn't that the whole point? So we got a crisis going on here and we cannot ignore it any longer. And, I know we talk a lot about, the US, but guess what? We got some big problems here in our own country, Canada. So whether you're plugging in from Canada or the US, we're one and the same. Okay, we got a global inactivity crisis happening right now, and we have 1.8 billion adults worldwide who don't meet the recommended exercise levels that we want, that people need just for good health. And so often I hear people say, well, like just give me the quick fix. Maybe they're looking for healing in their body. So it's a some kind of pain medication, but really what we can do and how we move can really change and help the pain in our own habits. So like movement can actually help you move through the pain and out of it. It can, when you think about getting up in the morning, everything feels a little tight. I'm over 50. That's usually the case for me. But once I get moving, it feels good. So going to the gym 2 or 3 times a week doesn't make you a bodybuilder, but doing those basics regularly can have a life-changing impact. So wherever you are in your journey, I just want to encourage you to start with 10 minutes a day of some kind of movement. I promise you'll feel so good once it starts kind of kicking in. So again, as a fitness trainer, physical activity isn't just a lifestyle choice, guys. It really is the silent driver of chronic diseases, shorter lifespan, and reduced quality of life. And I'm not going to read all the list here in the ways that, lack of exercise negatively impacts your health, but take a note. Look through this list. Is there something that's kind of standing out for you? Maybe you're already affected by some of these things. Maybe you have parents who are going through some of these things, because while their health status is not ours, thankfully, what's going on in their bodies does give us clues for what we can do, especially if we want to get proactive about our own health. So what I like to do with this slide is flip the script. Let's think about what exercise does do for us. It impacts our cardiovascular health. It helps our metabolic health. It helps our musculoskeletal health. So think bones nice and strong. It helps our mental health, brain, right? Feeling good, happy in the body, immune function, long-term quality of life, and economic impact. Because if we are healthier, then we are able to show up as better parents, spouses, employees, bosses, advocate in your community. I don't know, but we're all better human beings, I think, when we, move our bodies and eat well every day. So here's the truth. This is really the gap that we cannot afford to ignore. Eating a diet rich in fruits and vegetables is an excellent way to ensure lifelong health and can be the game changer in assisting with elevated health, including weight loss and lowering your risk factor for the simple addition of adding more quality nutrition. We're not eating enough fruits and vegetables every day, my friends. We're not. Maybe you can, go in the chat and share with me, how many servings of fruits and vegetables did you actually eat today? And be honest with yourself. If you don't want to put in the chat, don't worry, but be honest with yourself, okay? Because you know what? You know your truth. And when I was first introduced to Juice Plus, I knew my truth. That is why I said yes, because I was like, you know what? I need help. Like, I am not getting what my body needs for minimal health, never mind optimal health. And I know this because I used to get strep throat every single winter. It was chronic. It would be like once I just got over it, it would come back. And it's been 25 years since I've had strep throat, and it's been 25 years since I've ever been on any kind of medication. So let's talk about, the reasons and things that we have to be concerned with when we are looking at helping the body, supporting the body in health. Toxins are everywhere, my friends, from the foods we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, the makeup lotions and potions we're putting all over our body, medications if you have to be on them, microplastics in just about everything, but especially our water. And by the way, fish too, if you're a big fish consumer. And then we think about the food quality decreasing. So we've got all kinds of processed foods on the shelf. It's wild when you think about what they actually make now. And I wouldn't want to, I think it'd be really tough to be a parent of young children today, because there's just so much more on the shelves than even when my kids were growing up. But MSG is a really big one. Emulsifiers in our food, non-GMO foods, growth hormones. And the last picture over here with these guys spraying our food while wearing hazmat suits. I mean, is that not a red flag? Like, why are we spraying and because we're going to eat it. They're wearing suits, but we're going to eat it. It makes no sense at all. So the question isn't if we're being impacted by toxins daily. It's really a question of how much. And then the question becomes, what can I do to reduce the load? This is empowering. I hope you feel empowered by it, because there's things that you can do. And then though, what is the action that I can take to help my body release what does hit it? Because you can do things. And that's again where I learned this, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's hope. This helps me to feel better about it all, because otherwise It feels very, very overwhelming. And as a fitness trainer, I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot out-train poor nutrition. So we've got these beautiful whole food powders, and I'm going to talk a little bit about them in a minute, but I want to kind of express something here. Every day we are hit with oxidative stress, whether it is, the breathing, working out, smoking, drinking, whatever. It's living life, like being alive, actually creates oxidative stress. Oxidative stress causes aging and disease. Antioxidants, these are the things that protect the cells in our bodies from that oxidative stress. And antioxidants are found in our fruits and vegetables, some chocolates, some nuts. It's super important. So when you look at the scale of what you're eating every single day, and we want to kind of categorize it was that an oxidative stress load or was that an antioxidant load? And you can, use your hands right now. What's the scale like? Did you have more oxidative stress happening in your body that you are aware of today than antioxidants? And this is really where, honestly, like when I add Juice Plus on my hand and I put that on the side of the antioxidants, that just gives me the edge, man. And that feels really good. And again, hopeful and empowering. So here is a label of what's in a single vitamin. And vitamins are made synthetically, they're isolated, they're man-made. Somewhere in a lab, someone said, okay, let's just throw these together and, this is, how we'll market it. Truly, that's how it's done. When you look at, Whole Foods, it is the apple, and it's not just the apple, it's the seeds and the peels and the pits and the leaves. And this is one of 12 pages right here of what's actually in an apple. And when you think about that apple, we're replacing it with kale or lemon or grapes or whatever, cherries. So I always like to say that the nutrients in our food, and specifically I'll say Juice Plus, is as numerous as the stars in the sky. I cannot count it, and I love that. It's so much more. Never mind the fact of how they interact together now, right? Because to me, when I look at a vitamin, it is like sending my quarterback out onto the field without the team. This is sending my quarterback out onto the field with team. And here's a beautiful visual of what it really means, because when we think about vitamins, they're like one instrument playing on itself. It's good, it's fine, it maybe does something, but it's incomplete. It will always be incomplete. Whole Foods, though, are the full symphony, and this is what brings that orchestra power to your body. And your body innately recognizes fruits and vegetables and understands how to use it. So going back to when that client shared with me Juice Plus 25 years ago, when she told me it was broccoli and kale and cabbage, I didn't need her to explain to me what those things were, because bubbles of visuals were popping in my head. And I'm like, yep, I know what that is. I know what that is. I know what that. And I understood it, much like what my body does when I eat Juice Plus. It already knows what it's doing. Because here's the truth. Brace yourselves. It's hard. Genetics fill the barrel. Lifestyle pulls the trigger. So we live in a wonderful society that does really well at conditioning us to consume a lot of pale processed food-like substances, drink excessive amounts of caffeine and alcohol, sacrifice sleep for success to be seen as a goal-getter. And all of this leaves us sick and tired and feeling lifeless. Truly, look around you. I see people all the time and they're dragging themselves, and that is not how I want to live my life personally. And I hope that, through this presentation, you're discovering that maybe there's a little bit more that you can enjoy at life too. The real cost, and I say this as a 50-plus-year-old woman, inactivity and poor nutrition hits older adults especially hard. It's a big deal. So what if there was something you could get that had proven research showing that it impacted positive cognitive function of middle-aged adults, molecular pathways to help the body with anti-inflammatory and oxidation effects, healthcare costs by helping to correct nutrient deficiencies, positively impacting bone health, muscle strength, and function, slow and reverse signs of metabolic aging, yes, please, protecting against exercise-induced oxidative stress, lower oxidative stress markers, and improve insulin sensitivity. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is. We actually have it, and this is what I'm going to chat with you about now. So pen and paper, get ready to take some notes. And before that, maybe write in big letters the name of the person who invited you to take a look at this, because they cared so much about you that they probably felt a little uncomfortable going, oh my gosh, I hope she doesn't think I'm one of those persons, and I hope she just takes the time to watch this. Trust me, I've been in this, this with this company for over 25 years. I've got a large team, and I know sometimes it's super hard for us to reach out to the people that mean the most to us and just say, please take a look at this. So on their behalf, I'm going to say thank you, but I also want you to make sure that you reach back to them and you thank them for caring enough to share this with you. So the concept of food as medicine has become essential to our health care system. I need you to remember that. Food is your friend here. Food is the thing that can change the game for you. You don't have to be a scientist to know that when we eat well, we stay healthier. And when we have more control by the foods that we're eating, we actually get a chance to also reduce and impact chronic disease in our body. Like that's, again, empowering. Give me all the hope, right? All right, here's really hope in a capsule. I love it. So the mass majority of supplements on the market today are not thoroughly tested for safety or efficacy. That should kind of make you a little mad. I know it does for me because I just think, yikes. Like, and I used to be somebody who had a medicine cabinet full of, or half full of bottles of, all kinds of stuff from ginkgo biloba, vitamin C, iron. I mean, honestly, it was terrible. That's why when I learned about Juice Plus, I was like, well, geez, that just cuts all that out the way. Let me just, like give my body what it really truly understands. This made so much sense to me back then. And so in 2021, the US dietary supplement industry was estimated to have a value of 151 billion. Okay. Like that's a lot. So people are doing this, guys. And maybe you're like I was, maybe you're part of this number. You know, we have in Canada, 15 million Canadians take a supplement. That's 15 million people. So we have a need. And I'm going to tell you right now, being in this industry for over 2 decades, this is the best solution. This is the cream of the crop, the most premium product that you can actually put in your body that's scientifically backed to show that it is going to impact your cells right at the cellular level. So over-the-counter supplements are a booming business. And kind of that's good because people are understanding that there is a need for them. But like drugs, some supplements come with benefits and limitations, which is why the research on Juice Plus was really what sealed the deal for me as a fitness professional. Like I needed that. I was not sharing something just because like it was the research that did it for me. So when you look at this picture, you've got the variety of over 40 different rainbow foods that are vine ripened. Big difference between what we get in the grocery store. You've got the synergy of all of them working together, right? Think of that orchestra. This maximizes that food nutrition for you. And then the consistency, so that no matter what your day looks like, you got your nutritional seatbelt on. And for me, that's huge peace of mind. Oh my gosh, I'm just so grateful that I get to put this in my body every day and that I have been putting this in my body every day for 25 years. So peels, pits, leaves, seeds, stems, everything. It's NSS certified, which means what's on the label is in the bottle, and what's on the bottle is on the label. Non-GMO, kosher, like again, premium product. So this is, again, remember I told you the research is what did it for me, okay? It is the reason that I am actually here today sharing Juice Plus. We've got 51 research papers showing what it does inside the body at a cellular level. Most vitamins don't have that, my friends. Published in over 30 different scientific journals, 33 clinical studies across 4 continents, 23 gold standard clinical studies, over 2,500 participants studied, nearly 50 universities and institutions, and again, global guys around the world. The topics that they're studying is bioavailability, cardiovascular health, phytonutrients and polyphenols, nutrigenomics, brain health, immune system, skin health, dental, oxidative stress, inflammation. Oh my gosh, inflammation. Like there's just so much good stuff in there. If you are curious and maybe a little geeky, then I want you to scan that QR code there. And later after this, go and dive. Go and dive. Because like I said, this is what did it for me. Juice Plus is food, which means it heightens its bioavailability as the body absorbs and uses these nutrients. Remember I talked about the vitamin? Well, a lot of times the body just can't even digest break it down, right? So it's really important. Bioavailability was the one thing that was one of the first things I learned about Juice Plus. And I was like, I like that. I like that my body is breaking it down because it means nothing. If the products that you're taking right now, supplements you're taking right now, the body cannot break it down, then it's moot. Honestly, just don't even bother buying it. go eat more apples, go eat more carrots if you don't want to do the whole Juice Plus thing. But Juice Plus is bioavailable, okay? The research proves it and impacts that, at a cellular level. These are plant powders, again, no fillers. It's grown, the produce is grown exclusively for Juice Plus by mid-sized farms in all of North America, Canada included. Whoop, whoop. And it's processed close to the farm, which means that, there's less we're keeping it close to the source. It's tested for herbicides, pesticides, and insecticides and fungicides. The produce that I buy in the grocery store does not have this, my friends. So I like it. This is actually better than organic. It's safe for children, pregnancy, and nursing. So again, both my girls are Juice Plus babies. And so, with over 51 published research papers, it remains the most researched brand named nutrition product in the world. So let's talk a little bit about our Healthy Starts, because for 25 years, we've helped over 4 million people around the world feel better and live healthier with this study. It is the largest study of its kind. So basically, with an adult order, your child gets free chews. And Healthy Starts makes you taking care of your health easier, because with the Juice Plus company, they're investing in your family's health. It's a BOGO, guys. Buy one for you, get your kiddo for free. And the stats are 60% of children are missing fewer days of school, eating more fruits and vegetables, seeing the doctor less, reaping some benefit of some kind. There are more stats to that, but I don't want to kind of bore you with all that, but go dive, ask the person who invited you for more information on this. But what all this means, again, it goes back to that thing that I said earlier. We get to show up healthier, happier, as better human beings in this world. And by the way, for your income as well, because when kids are sick from school, usually parent has to take off from work and then they're not getting paid for that day. It's kind of a big deal. We've got these amazing plant powders, these functional plant powders, low glycemic, 13 grams of plant-based protein, 8 grams of prebiotic fiber, isoflavones, and Health Canada approved. You can make smoothies, protein balls, raw cookie dough, nourish bowls, baked goods, all kind. Honestly, your imagination is the only limit to what you can make with this protein. I made myself, it was so delicious today. I'm out of the vanilla, so I had to use chocolate, and I added strawberries, and I was like, ugh. I had already put it together, and then my husband's like, you're gonna do that? And I'm like, yeah. It tasted like Napoleon ice cream. It was absolutely delicious. And I was like, I never thought I liked fruit with chocolate together, but apparently I do. It was amazing. And if you're going to try that with another protein powder, just so you know, I cannot guarantee the tastes for other protein powders, but I know that our Juice Plus powders, like, you can do so many things with them. So something to think about, casein has the ability, which is what most protein powders are made of, has the ability to turn on and off cancer growth simply by adjusting the level of intake in that protein. So be careful with your protein powders. And I say that with all seriousness, like, you don't have to do the whole Juice Plus thing if you don't want to, but if you're doing a whey-based protein powder, I really want to just encourage you to just stop. It's causing inflammation at best in your body, and worse, you could be really impacting a cancer gene in there. So Juice Plus Complete is the cleanest, most nutrient-dense, family-friendly protein powder, and tastes so delicious your kids will ask you for it. Think chocolate milk. People buy chocolate milk. You don't have to do that. You're gonna make a complete protein powder if you're a kid, and you're giving them way more nutrition than one of those carton of chocolate milks, which are horrible. Again, gluten-free, vegan, cholesterol-free, no caffeine or herbs, no artificial flavors or dyes. NS is certified for quality and purity, dairy-free and kosher. And again, this makes you getting more greens into your day-to-day. So I start my day off with a complete protein powder every single morning. And we also are growing a tower garden. So like, greens are in my smoothie right off the bat, right? The more greens you can get into your body, the better. This is the whole mission of the Juice Plus company. Let's help people get more greens in their body. So if you are curious about that whey protein powder article, we've got it in our Inspired Living community. Make sure you connect with the person who invited you and ask them to invite you and tag you in that, because it's a really great read. And if you're a fitness professional here, I just want you to know that you are always asked by your clients what powders they should take. So please get curious about the Juice Plus line. Connect with the person who invited you, because you should consider joining our mission. This is, again, premium product and incredible community. And so we also have our Luminate. Oh, that's the wrong title there, but that's okay. So our Luminate is incredible because it's got sage leaf extract, Spanish sage essential oils, rhodiola root extract, coffee berry extract, alpina gangala, lion's mane, ashwagandha. I no longer have tea in the morning to start my day. I have switched over to Luminate, and I enjoy how quick this helps my brain to get into active mode so that I can have a strong start to my day. It tastes delicious. It's got this berry mango flavor. But there's scientific research around this, around brain clarity, body de-stressor, you're going to experience, impact within minutes of drinking. There's no synthetic ingredients. You've got 40 calories or less per serving. And again, it's got that, beautiful flavor, but it's adaptogens and nootropics. And if you have heard those buzzwords, you'll know that they really are impactful for, again, the brain. And I talk a lot about the brain clarity and starting the brain in the morning, but really longevity is a big part of this. Think dementia, think just, people having, a healthier mental approach to everything just because they're, feeling better in the brain. And then also helping the body to better manage stress. We live in a little bit of a stressful world these days. And so helping people to manage what comes their way is a really big deal. All right. So let's talk a little bit about polyphenols super quick here. Polyphenols, this is really important because multivitamins cannot do what polyphenols do. Okay. Polyphenols fight, excuse me, daily stresses in your cells. So that means less wear and tear, helps to slower the aging process on the inside. It helps also to calm down inflammation. So your joints, your heart, your body, they feel less on fire if you're somebody who struggles with that. It helps to feed good bacteria. So this helps you with better digestion and stronger immunity, more energy, keeping your heart happy, right? Smoother blood flow, healthier cholesterol, stable blood pressure, and of course, balancing your blood sugar so that you have fewer crashes and better energy control. And again, going back to that brain part, sharper memory, clearer thinking, long-term brain health. You should care about polyphenols, okay? Again, if I'm dropping some things, words that you're like unfamiliar with, please take a note of it and then, go and do a little bit of research on it because these are kind of basics, but really important things that, people should know. And this is why we do these webinars because we want to empower you with information so that you can go and, continue the journey. So we are an education-led company. This is what we do. We have a product line that we share, of course. But at the end of the day, all we're, like I said, doing is helping people to easily get more fruits and vegetables in their body every day and then kickstart that health journey so that you can take your health back in your control. So, all right, let's dive now a little bit before we kind of close this out. Polyphenols don't work without variety and fiber. So remember the orchestra picture, and then understand that our fiber, we've got 8 grams in our protein powder. Like it's a really big deal because you want it to work, right? But you need to make sure you have the right combination. So as a fitness trainer, I actually really do have a responsibility to share this, and I'm not going to dive into this. I'll just kind of go over it super quick, but sports and muscle function. My eldest daughter is a track athlete. So when we think about, how Juice Plus specifically has been shown to help people with their bone health and protect against for frailty as we age. I say that as a 50-plus-year-old woman. This is really important. Reduction in cold and common symptoms. This is why I started Juice Plus. I was tired of getting strep throat all winter long. So I already shared it's been over 25 years since I have ever had strep or been on medication. And I really value that because it's, being sick is probably one of the most frustrating things to be in. It feels stuck. And then, of course, our randomized study on the ovarian cancer survivors. This is really, really big and deep. Most of us have been impacted by cancer in some way, whether it's ourselves or somebody we know. And this study looked at cancer survivors. Cancer patients. They had a group, and in one group they had them eating 10 servings of fruits and vegetables, and in the second group they had them eating 5 servings of fruits and vegetables topped up with Juice Plus. So what they learned through this group, guys, is that those who were eating the 10 servings, they couldn't do it. They couldn't commit to the 10 every day because it was too much. Cancer patients don't have taste to even want to eat a lot of foods. Never mind salads is the last thing that they're really craving. And yet their bodies need this nutrition. So the second group that was topping it up with the Juice Plus, so 5 plus Juice Plus, they actually showed to have a better protein status. Remember, cancer patients, they lose the lean muscle mass, and a lot of times they just deteriorate, and pass away, not necessarily as from the cancer, but from, the things that happen through the cancer journey. So, anyways, it's a very, very powerful study, one of my favorite ones. And it really, I think what this study does is it really highlights the importance of micronutrition. Because as trainers, I'm always talking to people about, exercise and, teaching them how to protect their body from, like injury and building muscle and falling and all the things. But we really got to talk about the oxidative damage factor, because this happens during intense workouts. We know that through the Juice Plus research, Juice Plus helps to lower inflammation and oxidative stress. This is the thing that happens after challenging sessions. So we want to, if we really want to truly enable and our clients, then we got to teach them this part. Okay. So here's the guidelines of, we got a really great program called Reset, and it's a lifestyle-based program. And what we do is we add people to add, more plant foods, including the Juice Plus capsules. Drink 1 to 2 shakes a day. Replace 1 cup of coffee with a cacao. Drink half your body weight in water. Deep breaths, man. I think that we don't do enough of that. 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and then 30 minutes of exercise. Honestly, so basic, right? It's just common sense. It's common sense. And yet we struggle with that because we overcomplicate it in this world, this society that is, showing us shiny and flashy things that we should be doing when really it's not that complicated. And then, of course, here's the other side of the guidelines that we encourage you to do. So, and this you can reduce or eliminate, your choice: caffeine and alcohol, eating after 6 p.m., processed foods, gluten and dairy, artificial and refined sugar. Why? Because all of these are inflammatory on our body. So it's, again, super, super simple. But what if you could get your body back in balance with a simple reset? Because that's what we're offering here. And then when you join our reset program, you get access to coaching calls and coaches and support. It's an incredible program. I mean, this is really, it's family friendly. Like, I've got 2 daughters, they're young adults now, but this is the way we live. This is the way we've been living for, 25 years. So some testimonials. My friend Joanne from high school, she used to have terrible acne, and Juice Plus has been able to clear her skin because clearly she's glowing there. And then also she struggled severely with iron deficiency, and she no longer does. Kimberly Masters, amazing woman. She eliminated 17 prescription medications, no longer suffers from painful endometriosis, and enjoys a natural, abundant energy today. My friend Kim, she found hope and strategies in learning how to help her son with type 1 diabetes. And they did this, navigated those uncharted waters of that diagnosis with incredible results with Juice Plus, one of which was reducing the need for her son's insulin, which is amazing for the body, but also for the pocketbook. Because, I've learned a lot through her. It's expensive, to get those medications. So find your fit here. We've got the 2 blend, the 3 blend, the quad. Then there's the chewables. We've got our shakes, our cacao, the Vineyard on its own, the Omega on its own. These are in the States. And then Luminate. So again, please connect with the person who invited you, because there's different bundles that you can put together. Of course, with all of these, you can add the healthy starts for children. So kids get the free chews or capsules. Okay. Incredible, incredible. This is our community. We like to have a little bit of fun. And so if you are somebody who likes to have fun, and, we do salad in a jar workshops, burrito in a bowl. We, go away on trips to learn, educational learning. So it's all write-offs, but it's a ton of fun. So claim your start line, A, B, C, or D. We have this incredible opportunity. Maybe you are A, curious and have some questions. If you're B, you're ready to join the Reset Club as a customer. C, you want to get healthy and save some money, so maybe you want to offset. And then D, you are looking to be a part of our community. Well, we want to welcome you with open arms. And I just want to, remind you that health really is a journey. Your family, maybe you're at the place right now where your family can get healthier because you said yes to one simple thing here. And, it is really simple changes that help us to just stick, that makes sense. So remember what I said, it's not complicated, guys. We went over the habits. They're very, very simple, but we struggle in this noisy world of it all. So we're kind of fun too. So I want to just share, I'll stop sharing here right now. And I just want to say that, right now we have an incredible offer where you can join for free. and you can get a gift box worth of $90, and you're getting complete protein powder, the Luminate sticks, the blender bottle, some capsule holders. So it's a really amazing time to say yes. No skin in the game on your part. You just get to kind of come have some fun and enjoy some free products on us. So please connect back with the person who shared this with you. Thank you so much for being a part of this tonight, and I hope to see you in our community soon. So with that, blessings to you all.